wala pa po yung pantamid, ano po, isa po akong isang housewife, then may 4 na pinag-aaral na anak. Ngayon po, nung ang nagtatrabaho lang po sa akin ang aking asawa, minimum wage lang po ang sahod niya.
Siguro yung pag tumatawag ka minsan, 'di ba? Pag magpa-follow up ka, tapos minsan hindi na sinasagot. Tapos sasabihin nila wala pa, tapos meron. Naranasan ko 'yun. Sa akin naman naintindihan ko naman eh. Yung kaibigan ko kasi kumukuha siya dito, and then sinama niya ako dito sa DSWD para ayun nga yung pag may problema ka sa medical assistant or kung ano man sa burial or sa education. Yun, dito daw pwedeng kumuha ng ganun para makakuha ng tulong.
Welcome to Dynamic Living, the Total You in Focus with the Department of Social Welfare and Development. We know for a fact that we get to hear that the DSWD is always on top of the situation when there are calamities and disasters. And is this really true? Today, we are very much honored to have with us Yusek Imineri from the DSWD. We'd like to know and understand the workings of the department. Magandang araw sa iyo, Yusek.
Magandang araw. I'm very happy and privileged to be in your program.
Yes, heto nga po, hinahabol namin kayo, no? Because we know you're so busy. Yusek, when was the department established?
The social welfare program was established as early as 1951. But it only became as a Department of Social Welfare and Development in 1987, under the 1987 Constitution.
Okay, and during that time when it was created, so to speak, what was its mandate or function? And with that function that it was mandated to do, heto din ba yung sinusundan natin ngayon kung saan kayo patutungo in terms of your programs?
Yes, the core mandate of the DSWD is really to provide full social protection to underprivileged, to vulnerable, and the indigent members of the society.
Pag sinabi mong vulnerable, indigent, and those who are underprivileged, heto yung karamihan na that will comprise the people of the Philippines, right?
Yes.
So, heto naman po pag sinabi natin na heto yung inyong programa geared towards that, but then we would like to establish first na heto bang DSWD, may naririnig tayong devolution. Anong ibig pong sabihin nito, Yusek?
When the Local Government Code was enacted in 1991, there was a provision in the Local Government Code to transfer some of the powers from the national government to the local government units. So that's the reason why there is a devolution of powers. So in terms of providing assistance and first responder to calamities, it's really devolved to LGUs now under the Local Government Code.
Just for the immediate response, no? Pero in terms of the programs itself, hindi naman ninyo iyan ipinasa sa LGU.
Actually, that was supposed to be devolved under the Local Government Code. There were some of the funds that needed to be turned over to the local government units. However, for the programs under the DSWD, during the 30th cabinet meeting, the President Rodrigo Duterte issued a directive of no downloading of funds. When we say no downloading of funds, we cannot anymore transfer funds from the national government under the DSWD to the local government units. Now,
bakit Yusek, was there a time in the previous years na heto pati yung funds talagang dinownload sa LGUs?
Yes, there were in the past, prior to the directive of the President, yung mga payouts po namin sa senior citizens, sa Pantawid, it used to be transferred to the local government unit for the payouts. The problem here is that there were many reports that reached the Malacanang that these programs under DSWD were being used by some politicians for their political agenda. And many of these programs were also being used in campaigning and securing votes from the constituents. Now, the President wanted really the beneficiaries to really feel that these pensions or these grants do not come from an individual political figure, but come from the national
At saka
government.
hindi, maganda yan, Yusek. Alam mo kung bakit. Because now, with that being national in nature and it cannot be used as a platform for any politics, what is beautiful there is whether your affiliation is this or your affiliation is that, because you know we cannot really mandate that everybody would have the same affiliations.
yes.
Everybody has an equal footing in terms of receiving, being a recipient of the programs.
That's correct. Regardless of their political affiliation, regardless of whom they vote or not,
Yeah.
they really are entitled if they are qualified under the program. What
Yeah.
what they will have to do is really they have to go directly to the offices or field offices of the DSWD.
How many do you think? How many are, you know, in terms of membership, not really membership, but in terms of those people who are in the office of the DSWD, how many are you there? Like for example, can you give us a ballpark figure na for every DSWD, heto yung number ninyo na empleyado, and these are the people that are really responsible for doing the legwork for all of these programs?
I don't have an accurate data of how many, but we have 17 field offices nationwide.
So for all regions, you have a field office.
Yes, we have field offices and we have subdivisions and departments where these particular programs are being implemented. So we have 17 regions all over the Philippines. We have the
Okay.
region 1, 2, 3, until up to 12. We also have a counterpart to BARM that it used to be ARM. So yun po. Kasi
Okay.
yun po yung trabaho
So
namin.
in other words, all areas, whether it's in the hinterlands,
Yes.
yung pinaka-far-flung areas,
Yes.
they can actually,
Yes.
really, there's no reason by which na hindi sila maka-avail, di ba?
Yes, even in the GIDA areas, the geographically isolated
Yes.
areas, if we have regional offices, we also have like parang SWAD, yung social welfare team per municipality. In fact, it goes down to barangay. But the challenge here now, since that we just had the directive from the President last year of no downloading of funds, we are needing more personnel. That's why we are really lobbying to the DBM to provide us the manpower.
So additional manpower. So
Opo.
that's good news for those who wants to join your
Yes.
programs and your work. So we'll take a very short break now, Yusek. And when we return, we'll continue on with our discussion. This time focusing now on the programs that you have. Please stay tuned to Hope Channel.
Bilang isang ina at gusto mapag-aral ang mga anak, gagawin lahat ng isang ina para mapag-aral ang anak. Kaya hihingi po sana ako ng tulong sa DSWD na nakapaskil sa harap ng school. Pero nung bago ako hihingi, bago magpasukan, may nakalagay na ng mga listahan ng 4Ps na pwedeng mag-member sa mga nakapost sa mga ng barangay namin. At doon, pinatawag po lahat ang nakalista doon. Pumunta kami sa barangay at doon sinabi nila na member na po ako ng 4Ps. Then, doon sa barangay, nag-usap-usap po kami at grinupo kami. At bilang isang 4Ps member na po noon, ako po yung nakuhang 4Ps parent leader. Yung unang kong anak ay isang member din po, naging scholar po siya ng ESGPPA sa TUP. Ngayon supposed to be graduating na po siya pero may lang pong hadlang. Tapos pero ngayon po tuloy-tuloy po. Ang laki ng tulong ng sa akin. Kasi nung nawala na po siya sa beneficiaries ko, humingi po ako ng tulong para scholar sa TUP po siya nag-aaral. Ngayon, binigyan po siya ng scholar. Galing din po sa DSWD, pero connect din po sa 4Ps yun. Ngayon, nakakakuha po kami ng allowance. Doon po namin kinukuha ang tuition fee niya. At yung allowance na yun, medyo po malaki. Kaya nakakabili po kami ng gamit niya para sa school.
Yung iba kasi may nagwawala, may na-encounter ako na gano'n na pinapabalik-balik. Pero ako na okay lang kasi malapit lang naman yung bahay ko eh. Okay naman yung paramdam ko ngayon dahil yung yung mga request ng doktor na yung gamot is nabili ko na at saka nakapagbayad na ako sa Pilil.
Welcome back to Dynamic Living the Total You in Focus with our feature episode here, Department of Social Welfare and Development. So, heto naman ngayon, Yusek. So, na-establish na natin ano talaga ang main function at kailan, nagsimula si DSWD. Pag-usapan natin yung inyong mga programa. And sabi niyo nga kanina before the start of the interview that the President has given you the mandate regarding poverty alleviation.
Yes.
And there are 3 major programs under this. So,
Yes.
we'll start with the first one, which is actually your Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino
The
program.
4-piece.
Yeah, the 4-piece.
Four-piece,
The controversial 4-piece, yes.
oo, because there is a misconception of saying that this 4-piece is not does not actually address the poverty alleviation, considering that it's only a mere dole out. We would like to really refute that claim, because this is really based on our impact evaluation report. The impact as to the households being targeted by Pantawid has really improved in terms of their cost of living, in terms of their daily lives. Because while it may be minimal, but it is more on augmenting. Kasi these beneficiaries naman are also required to really work. Kasi yung dole out, yung Pantawid kasi na grant is only so minimal. So hindi namin...
Ganito kasi yan, Yusek. Pag sinabi mong Pantawid, that's only kung if you really look into the real meaning of Pantawid, it's not something that would take the place of something that you already have. It is something that will help you. Parang it's a bridge to help you on your day-to-day needs, di ba?
That's correct.
So who are the beneficiaries of this Pantawid?
The targeted poor households who have children below up to 0 to 18 years old. So ito po yung mga target ng household under Pantawid.
Okay, and how much, so per family or per household, pare-pareho ang tinatanggap nila niyan, and month in, month out, they really receive that?
Yes, but the payout is quarterly. Monthly, they receive the health grant, kasi the Pantawid really focuses on health and education. We have the educational grant, and then yung directive ni President, rice subsidy. So we have, I think, 500 pesos for health grant, 300 to 500 pesos for the educational grant, and 600 for the rice subsidy.
So heto natatanggap nila quarterly, and it is supposed to really help these families. So heto naman siya if you can give us an idea on how many families are enrolled. Like for example, in one particular region, would you say na there are around 10-20% of the total population of that area?
For our record, we have 4.4 million households already enrolled under Pantawid. I don't know how it is being divided among regions, but we have the total 4.4 million households enrolled under Pantawid.
Okay, and this program of the 4-piece, is it just because of the sitting president now, or is it something that the DSWD might be doing through year in, year out, no matter who sits there?
Actually, that's a good news, because the President Rodrigo Duterte already signed the law, the CCT law, the institutionalizing 4-piece. So whoever is the sitting president, this remains to be the program of the DSWD.
So yun ikinaganda. Kasi minsan
Yes.
pag nagbabago, nawawala
Yes,
din yung
yes,
programa, di ba?
yes.
So aside sa 4-piece, ano pa yung isang program ninyo that is geared towards alleviating poverty?
We have the Sustainable Livelihood Program and the Kalahi Seeds. The Sustainable Livelihood Program, tandem yan with the 4-piece kasi that is actually the graduation approach, making this household to become financially independent. So these targeted poor households under 4-piece, binibigyan po namin ng income generating opportunities. So livelihood, or if they are not fit to to conduct businesses, we give them employment opportunity, because these SLP or Sustainable Livelihood Programs really objective is for these 4-piece beneficiaries to graduate and become financially independent.
So yun yung maganda niyan, Yusek. Kasi ibig sabihin, meron tayong bridge para
Yes.
dyan. Hindi yung forever
Correct.
4-piece member sila. Kundi, the ultimate end is for them to become independent
Yes.
financially.
Yes, correct.
No? So with your sustainable livelihood program, you make that, a feasibility or a possibility for these family members.
Yes, yeah, in fact, yung compliance rate na ngayon is 90% plus na nga.
So mataas
for those,
na.
for those.
And we really look forward, no, na yung nandun sa 4-piece, bababa yung number, tataas yung sa SLP niya.
Yes, bababa, but i-replace namin sa
With another na naman.
panibagong household. So we maintain the 4.4 million, but meron yearly replacement households na hopefully itong replacement ito is not a natural attrition, but for them to become financially independent. Now, once they become financially independent, because they are enrolled already under SLP, meron na naman tayong, syempre, may ita-target na naman tayong bagong household na i-enroll natin sa 4-piece.
So hindi po pwede na 4-piece at the same time SLP, na forever ganun siya. Kailangan
Hindi
graduate
naman,
siya.
Pero possibility na 4-piece pa siya, enrolled siya sa SLP hanggang naging financially independent siya para
Okay.
makakagraduate siya
So
from 4-piece.
yung isa naman, the third program towards poverty alleviation, what is this?
Is yung Kapit Bisig, laban sa kahirapan, it is Kalahi Seeds. It is community empowerment naman. Now, we want to target those far-flung areas, communities na they could not access services from the government. So, ito yung Kalahi Seeds. Kami po nang nagdadala ng proyekto through community parang Kapit Bisig among the community members, no. So ang gagawin nila, for example, in one community, wala silang daycare center or wala silang tulay. Now, it's so hard to request from DPWH or from anong part ng government. Kalahi Seed po ang mag-a-address niyan.
Oh, wow, ang ganda.
So, itong community na ito, sila, magkakabisig sila, gagawa sila ng proposal, isasubmit nila sa DSWD na kailangan nila ng bridge or kailangan nila ng tulay. Sila din yung magtatrabaho para sa
okay.
tulay. So, babayaran namin sila, yung cash for work, babayaran namin sila para sa pagtayo ng tulay na iyon.
Ang galing,
so,
no?
it is an empowered community talaga.
Sa lahat, sa tatlo na kinwento mo ngayon, Yusek,
Mas gusto yung Kalahi
gusto ko yung
Seeds.
Kalahi. Yeah, I know. Because, here, you empower the community.
Yes.
They help each other. And they're able to attain kung ano yung goal nila. We'll continue on, ha, Yusek?
Sige.
Stay tuned to Hope Channel.
Alam ko nang may pag-asa noon. At hindi naman namin hinihingi lahat ang tulong sa government. Ito ay isang alalay lang po sa tulong mula sa government. Siyempre, hindi naman natin iasa lahat ang tulong doon, di ba? Malaking tulong talaga ang nagagawa sa akin kasi kahit lang po yung pambili nila ng gamit every pasukan, nabibili po nila dahil po sa tulong ng 4-piece.
Welcome back to Dynamic Living, the Total You in Focus with our guest here, Department of Social Welfare and Development with Yusek Aimee. So, kanina po, I know, I was so excited with your
Yes.
Kapit Bisig, no? Because as I was saying and you were telling me, this is something that can really be done.
Yes.
And it's people empowerment.
Yes. In fact, we have so many success stories. Many of those members of the communities under Kalahi Seeds became barangay captain, became kagawad ng barangay. And some of them parang may moral boosting eh. They become parang yung self-confidence nila because they become leader sa kanilang communities, and then they already see the products of their hard work kasi they were the ones who would prepare the project proposal, and they were the ones who would work hard to construct this particular
So, yung
project.
implementation, kanila
lahat.
yung ipag-iisip kanila, budgeting and everything,
Oo.
and then they submit it to you.
Yes.
So, kumbaga, mas madali siya. Kaysa kung marami pang bureaucracies na
Yes,
dadanan
correct.
just to have
Yes,
that. No?
correct.
So, that's one beautiful thing that your department is doing. What about, Yusek, hetong social provision or pensions for indigent senior citizens? Meron
the
din kayo
SOCPEN.
nito?
Yes,
yung SOCPEN?
we allocate 500 pesos for senior citizens who are indigent. When we say indigent, who are not regular pensioners under SSS or GSIS. So those who do not receive any pensions from government or any agencies.
Heto bang sa PhilHealth membership, kayo din ba, part din ba kayo dito na i-enroll yung mga, underprivileged natin?
PhilHealth kasi is under DOH.
So iba na yun.
So it's really
Hindi
different.
na kayo doon kasali sa
Yes,
kanila.
oo.
Okay, now, heto naman, news has been abound about this, that juvenile, offenders na binaba na yata, ibababa pa lang, no? Yung age group ng ating mga kabataan, for them when they commit something, no? So, what is the take of DSWD? Kasi magiging under sa inyo ito eh.
Yes, actually we already submitted our position paper regarding our position on lowering age. But the point really here is that, according to Secretary Rolly Bautista, regardless of we lower the age of criminal responsibility or we retain the current age, it's really the full implementation of the law. It's really the full implementation of the law. Because if you do not have an effective, let's say, effective intervention program for these CICLs, then yung panukala pong lowering age of criminal responsibility would be rendered inutil.
So, bali, wala din siya kung iisipin mo, no? Unless, again, dito natin makikita na naman, Yusek, hindi lang naman dapat yan sa mga magulang o sa DSWD o kaya naman sa justice system, kundi bawat isa sa atin, di ba, has that social responsibility.
Yes, it boils down to the parenting skills, yung role ng parents. What is good about the DSWD's program is that under the 4Ps, meron kasi kaming condition for them to receive grant. Ito po yung pag-a-attend ng mga parents sa family development session.
Okay.
So dito po namin inu-inculcate sa mga minds ng mga magulang the effective way of guiding their children and parenting
I like
children.
that what you said, that one of the conditions for them to become recipients of this is actually for them to be involved also in the programs of parenting and guidance.
Yes,
no?
yes.
So maganda yun kasi parang hindi natin pinapabayaan
Correct.
lang sila. No? So heto Yusek, ano-ano ang mga future plans ng department ninyo? Or do you still have some big programs that are still to be put in place in the coming months or years?
Okay. With respect to the CICL, yung tinatawag na Children in Conflict with Law, and in anticipation of the impending bill, the DBM already allocated 1 billion pesos. Now we have to settle whether it will be transferred to the DSWD or to what agency, but we are contemplating it to be transferred to the DSWD because the purpose of which is really to construct functional and effective bahay pag-asas for our children in conflict with law. We also have magpa-pilot test pa lang kami Kung mapansin niyo po ma'am, may mga street kids tayo.
Marami yan, oo.
Yes, meron kaming programa ngayon na silungan sa barangay. We wanted to get rid of the street kids kasi what we want is to really nurture and care for these children who have been abandoned. Because we can say that they have been abandoned kasi the mere fact na nasa
Nandiyan sa
kalye
kalye.
So ngayon, ang aming objective yan is really to get them and then it will be the government who will intervene and nurture and then take care of these kids.
Gusto ko yung salita mo, Yusek, nurture and then take care of these kids. Kumbaga, kukunin ninyo sila because it's our responsibility of the government also to be responsible for these children. Kasi if the government will not do something about them, who will be there for them, di ba?
Yes, correct.
So let me ask you now, on a personal level, which of these programs that we have been discussing is closest to your heart?
Actually, tatlo talaga sila closest to my heart because one cannot be effective without the other. As what I've said, konektado po yan lahat. The Pantawid, it cannot be there forever. It has to be graduated into Sustainable Livelihood Program. It is very close to my heart, the 3 big tickets, because it empowered the community. It makes these poor, vulnerable, and indigent people to become financially independent. So, the 3 big tickets of the DSWD are really closest to my heart.
And your vision for the Filipino people?
My vision is the same as the vision of the President. By the end of his term, we will be able to reduce the poverty by 14%.
Wow, amazing. So now, your message of hope to our people?
To all our indigent, vulnerable, and marginalized members of the society, DSWD is your partner. Kaya nga meron kaming #malasakit. #mymalasakit because this is really the directive of the President to deliver directly to you the services of the DSWD. So, wag po kayong magdalawang isip. Punta po kayo sa lahat ng mga ahensya ng DSWD all over the Philippines. Kung hindi po kayo i-entertain, meron po kaming 888 at we will really address that seriously because this is really our core mandate is really to provide full social protection po para sa kanila.
Wow, thank you so much, Yusek, no? Parang pati ako, gusto ko na rin pumunta doon. So, mga kababayan natin, no? Please remember that by knowing what the different agencies in the government is doing for us, like the DSWD, that means we are bringing them closer to your homes, no? By looking and watching with Dynamic Living the Total You. At heto po, hindi kaya ng DSWD na sila lang po ang gagawa nito. Kailangan din po nila ang tulong natin ng bawat mamamayan. At sabi po sa James 1:27, to look after the orphans and widows in their distress is actually a mandate from above. Magandang araw po.
Dynamic living, making the best of you on fire. Dynamic living, sharing the faith, we're giving the love and bringing the total you.
Pag sinabi ba natin
If you have been blessed by this program, share hope and help us continue to bring hope everywhere. Send your donations to South Philippine Union Conference through any of the bank details shown here. Hope Channel. Sharing love, changing lives.
Agay, maraglapad man ang akong ulo. Inom sa kuha niya tableta para mawala ni. Maraga pa muhipoy man ang akong mga bukton. Ay, may nalang niapod ko yung tableta para ni. Ayay, marag wala gani may angay akong tiyan sa akong pamahaw ba? Naman po siguro ko'y tambal para sa hapto sa tiyan dire.
Hops! Kadali lang higala! Nahibalo ka ba nga pwede kang madaot sa dili sakto nga pagtumar og mga medisina? Tungod kay sintetika ni, kikinahanglan gayud ang medical advice sa pagtumar ni ini. Busa, sulahi usa ang natural remedies. Ang Natural Remedies Encyclopedia adunay kapin sa 11,000 ka home remedies para sa sobra sa 700 ka mga balatian. Palit na sa Natural Remedies Encyclopedia. Sa Natural Remedies Encyclopedia, siguradong mas safe and healthy ka.
Go! Lula tanong bagulangan may isa ka player na.
Hindi ba? Relax lang. Apil ba? Hindi na ka magtugay ba? Isa lang good ka oras.
Kamula pa man kung basa ani nga libro gaw. Papag ikaw study ayon na. Kira na katunga na bitaw ka.
Mogin, bisa magaling isa ka page diya. Wala pa may kapangabli.
Pero gaw, kabalo ba mas itong maista ani nga subject? Sige ba siya gatag og quizzes? Ingon pa siya nga mag-andam ta per me?
Pero ba, di ba nakapaminaw ka sa leksyon ni ma'am? Sus, ikaw ba?
Bito.
Bet kay ka.
Ito kayo.
Madumduman ni mo na tanan.
Sige. Sara ko oras ha?
Okay, class, get your workbook. We're gonna have a quiz.
Di na kinimayo bay ka nang... Isa ko mapya sa inyo ha, magtuon sa ako. Unsa? Ano man? Dula sa taba ka, isa lang.
Ato na tagad ta. Nag-text si Francis. Pwede daw siya makapil. Ta.
Sige, amping mo ko.